I look insane? I'll establish that. Today is March 28th. I think it's Wednesday. I think I have salt on my face. I'm at a rest stop right in front of Andrews, Texas. And Wilson and I ridden about 30 miles this morning from, where were we at last night? We were at a rest stop a couple miles away from here. We came from Odessa last night. And we rode here, and then we're getting pretty close to the New Mexico border. Finally gonna make it out of Texas. I've been in Texas for about a month. And probably a little bit more than a month. And Texas is huge. And we're finally gonna make it out. Just tell you the last couple of days what's happened. A lady emailed me on my Tumblr before I left for my trip in January, named Nita on Tumblr. I think she found me on the ACA Bike Association. This fella named Glenn, a friend of mine, who has become my friend after he sold me my bike from Bicycle Outfitters in Seminole, Florida, posted information about my project and my trip on American Bike Association or something magazine. And this lady, who's a pretty avid bicycler, she's a missionary, and her and her husband are missionaries, and they're living right now in Midland, Texas. She heard about my trip and wrote to me and asked me if I'd be coming through this area, which I never responded to because I never was sure if I was going to actually go through Midland, Odessa. It's kind of in a weird spot, and it was always out of the way, it seemed like, so I never was sure if I was going. So I only just responded to her that I in fact wasn't going to be making it through there when Wilson and I decided to go around it and go to Big Spring, Texas, from wherever we were. I forget where we were before that. And we get to Big Spring, and Wilson's tire starts to split. And even though Big Spring is a pretty big town, we have to go to Midland to get new tires for his bike. It's the only place with a bike shop. So he's in contact with some lady, I think off of Warm Showers in Midland. And so we go to a library in Big Spring to wait for them. They agree to come and pick both of us and our bikes up, take us to their house, take us to a bike shop, and take us to their house in Midland, which is a little bit south and further east from where we were, which is incredible. And when they get there, I realize it's the lady who had emailed me about 3 months ago on Tumblr, who is Wilson's contact on Warm Showers. So it's incredible, because I remember that letter that she sent me was one of the first letters I got about my trip, and it was really encouraging, something that really helped me decide to go through with all this. And I finally got to meet this lady and her husband. It was incredible. We stayed with them. They made us dinner. They made us breakfast. Took us to the bike shop. They gave us, a nice room to sleep in. They were just fantastic. So that's what happened. And then, I performed for them, and that was great. What else? I think I performed somewhere else before that. Oh yeah, I think I might have said it before, but I was camping somewhere in some part of Texas, and I got to perform for a group of people that were just in this RV park in San Angelo, Texas. There's a bunch of people in this RV park where Wilson and I are camping, like 8 people, and I just went around as the sun was setting and asked them if I could perform for them, and they all said yes, and performed for like 8 random strangers in this park, and it was incredible. I think a couple of days before that, I performed somewhere in Mason, Texas. I might have said that already in another blog. Anyway, so that was about 2 days, 1 or 2 days before Big Springs. Then Big Springs, and then the next day is Odessa, and then the next day, Midland, Texas, and about 15 miles across from Midland. It's like they're twin cities, they're right next to each other. Midland is Odessa, Texas, and I went there because I realized, as I was talking to some girl in the bike shop when Wilson was getting his bike fixed, this girl working in the bike shop was involved in theater in the area, and she was telling me about a community theater in the area, which I didn't get to visit, but I found out that there's a Globe Theater, a scale replica of the original Globe Theater, the theater that Shakespeare had built in England. There's a replica of it in Odessa, Texas, which is so random, you will not believe it. So I went there, I met the people that ran the place, I got to sit in on a rehearsal of Romeo and Juliet that they were doing there. It was insane. I was out of breath when I was there. I couldn't even breathe. And yeah, Wilson hung out and we watched the rehearsal. I got to perform for them, got to talk to them a little bit, see what they're about. There's a couple from New York who have been in theater a long time that kind of run that theater that unfortunately they're having a hard time. So I don't know if they'll be there much longer. I don't know. I don't really know the details, but it's such a cool place. It's a beautiful theater, and it's in the middle of Odessa, Texas, which is not at all known for its arts. So I don't know. I hope they find some support for that place because it's incredible that that was even built there. Anyway, that was last night, and then Wilson and I have been doing a lot of night rides and hiding out like we're doing right now from the sun during the day between like noon and 6, and then riding at night, trying to make distance. We're about, I would say, at the most 3 days from crossing the New Mexico border. We might cross it tomorrow, yeah, riding has been it's been okay. So I'm just heading west, gonna go through New Mexico. I don't really know anyone there. Wilson and I are gonna split up there after a few more days. He's gonna go to Albuquerque, and I'm gonna keep heading west, get to Phoenix. Hopefully to my friends Kenny and Erica. I'm getting ahead of myself. I should be recapping that, talking about future plans. But yeah, hopefully get to my friends Kenny and Erica in Phoenix, and then hopefully make it all the way to San Diego by the 26th of next month. So that's kind of where I am right now. I gotta try to find a way to get a bus ticket to Las Vegas, where my friend Troy Hurd is supposedly setting up some stuff for me there. So I would like to take the rest of this update to say, before it gets too long, that I really am subsisting off of the generosity of people following my blog and your donations. If so, I have a PayPal link at the bottom of my blog. If you could donate $1 or $5, it makes all the difference in the world, because I just subsist off of what people donate. So if you're following this blog, again, PayPal makes it really easy. Please, I'm just living off of like peanut butter and beef jerky, which is okay for me, but I need to even be able to have money to buy that, and take care of my bike and take care of myself when I need to. So people have been very generous already, and I feel really blessed to have had the generosity. So many people be so generous, but I still have quite a ways more to go. So anything you can give is really appreciated. And yeah, I think I'm doing okay in terms of finding places to perform. It'll probably be easier when I'm alone, even though I don't prefer to be alone. It's easy to scour for performances then. So, but I'm performing pretty frequently as it is now. So, and I think people are really enjoying the performances. I'm learning a lot. That's it. This update is getting real long. So that'll be it. See you guys soon. Love you all. Speare out.